Men in Blue have long been concerned about criminal organisations in Elbasan, with the Minister of Interior warning today they will be brought to justice. The President of Greece, Prokopis Pavlopoulos, thanked his Albanian counterpart Ilir Meta for giving Albanian citizenship to Archbishop Yanulatos. Albania's population is quickly ageing in cities such as Gjirokasta, Korça and Vlora, where birth rates are low and continue to decrease. Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Tuesday, the 26th of December 2017. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, bringing you the day's national top stories translated into English 6 days a week. Minister of Interior Fatmir Jafai warned from Elbasan of hitting groups classified as criminal organisations in the city that have long been a concern for the Men in Blue. Mentioning Chapai and Chelai by name, supposedly two of the strongest of Elbasan, Jafai said that they did not represent the community as a whole, warning that they will be responding to justice if they are involved in criminal activity. Those like Chapai and Chelai are not symbols of this community. This is a community of people with values here in Elbasan. Those and others involved in criminal acts are sure to receive the deserved punishment, said Fatmir Jafai. The situation of criminality in Elbasan, and the Interior Minister says there is still a concern that remains, but according to him, they will receive the deserved answer very soon. Therefore, the local police directorate will undergo full restructuring based on a Swedish pilot project. As far as issues related to criminality in Elbasan go, I continue to be concerned about this issue. We are dealing with it, and the people who are settled here are among the best specialists that the General Directorate of State Police ever had. The State Police Director has commanded some of the best experts dealing with investigating criminal groups and documentation of evidence. This is not a process that can be done either within a day or even within a night, declared Jafai. Elbasan was not randomly selected by the Interior Ministry, but serves as a way to give the signal that the fight against illegality will be one of the priorities of police work for 2018. In addition to the Interior Minister, also present at the meeting of Elbasan were the Minister of Infrastructure and Energy, Damian Diknuri, and Minister of Tourism and Environment, Blendi Klosi. The discussion also touched on the control of the territory, vetting in the state police, the fight against illegality and environmental crime. Greek President Prokopis Pavlopoulos also thanked President Ilir Meta for granting Albanian citizenship to the head of the Orthodox Church, the Archbishop of Tirana, Durrës and all of Albania, Anastas Yanulatos. Greek state leader Pavlopoulos called his counterpart Meta, saying that this decision serves to be the climate of collaboration and substantially improves relations between the two countries. President Meta also had a call with the Greek Foreign Minister, Nikos Kotzias, who earlier, through a status on Twitter, said that this decision was a wise decision by the Albanian president. Anastas Yanulatos received Albanian citizenship on Christmas Eve after 25 years of work for the re-establishment of the Autocephalous Orthodox Church of Albania. A few days ago, he told the Greek media that his successor at the head of this church will be an Albanian. Albanian families are giving birth to fewer children as year after year the birth rate decreases. During the July-September period, 7,203 births were registered, 20.7% less compared to the previous year. However, it seems that certain areas of the country may be a strong outlier, impacting the overall average. In the third quarter of 2017, natural growth recorded negative values only in Gjirokasta, Korç and Vlorë. Meanwhile, in Tirana, Durrës and Elbasan, growth was indeed seen. The number of deaths for the third quarter of this year increased by 3.7% compared to the third quarter of 2016. The lowest number of deaths was recorded in the Kukës region, followed by Gjirokasta, Vlora and Lezhë. Sociologists say there are several factors that have affected this situation, including family planning, emigration, and also the increase in deaths. Experts appeal for immediate measures to stimulate children's births. The World Bank has also raised concern regarding the ageing population of Balkan countries, including Albania. The World Bank suggests taking immediate measures to curb the deterioration of the situation, warning an ageing population would bring productivity cuts, as an ageing labour force will reduce participation and will curb the average annual income growth per person. Albania's foreign debt has reached about €8 billion after the first 9 months of this year. According to data from the Bank of Albania, the government has the largest part of this debt, with about 44% of the total. When compared to the same time the previous year, the total loan has decreased by about €46 million, though the level is still considered to be high. In a time frame of 1 year, the government's external debt has expanded by 2% and, at the end of September 2017, sits at €3.4 billion. The rest of the debt is spread between banks, the Monetary Authority, and loans given as direct investments to local companies. Data from the Bank of Albania depicted that external debt reached €1.7 billion, decreasing in the time frame of 1 year by €56 million. The gross foreign debt of Albania in relation to gross domestic product currently sits at the level of 70% of the GDP. They suffer from serious illness, but the children of the oncohematology department have spent their day differently in the company of a group of child entertainers and numerous gifts. Displaying the same innocence that children outside of such an environment are often characterised with, the children enjoyed playing games and testing their speed of different abilities. Health Minister Ogerta Manastirliu praised the institution's effort to bring the party closer to children who cannot enjoy the festive atmosphere outside the hospital premises. The minister assured that all necessary measures were taken to cope with the influx of patients during the end of the year. The minister stressed that helping the children is not only a task for the Christmas season. Agencies and institutions under the authority of the municipality of Tirana have joined the initiative of Mayor Erion Veliaj to green up the capital. Together with the children of the Zuber Haluli House, staff from the UKT joined the initiative for planting 500 decorative trees at the southern part of Tirana's Ring Road. He said that, thanks to the planting of the new trees, citizens living in this area will be able to fully understand the fantastic impact of this transformation in spring. I'm very happy that today we have planted 500 new trees at the southern part of Tirana's Ring Road. As you can see, every time we progress further towards the Tirana-Elbasan Road towards the big highway. I believe that in the spring, when all of these trees will be blossoming, the realistic impact of the cleaner oxygen in the lungs of the people in this area will be understood, said Erion Veliaj. The Mayor praised the initiative of enterprises and agencies under the authority of the municipality of Tirana who have decided to contribute to the adding of green areas. He said that this example will also spur private companies and diplomatic representations accredited in our country to join this project. It makes no sense to preach to others if you do not give the example yourself first. So I'm glad that all the companies, agencies and enterprises of the municipality are the first ones to give the example when we can proudly ask from the private enterprises. I would like to thank the UKT for the fact that it has given the first example, and I hope that by the end of the season of planting, all Tirana municipality agencies will have given their tangible contribution to this project. Then we will have more reasons and more courage to ask others, private companies, different agencies or foreign embassies to join this project, said Erion Veliaj. The municipality of Tirana intends that by 2030, 2 million new trees will have been planted in the capital as part of the orbital forest. In our ambition to plant 2 million trees, 500 trees may only seem like a drop of water in the ocean. But, as Mother Teresa said, without this drop, the ocean would be smaller. So, if we continue in this direction throughout this season until March, April, when the weather will be right to continue planting, I believe that we will have made the greatest contribution to this green revolution for Tirana, said Erion Veliaj. The General Director of UKT, Reddy Molla, also invited private institutions and businesses to become part of this action. Following the Mayor's call for the planting of trees in deforested areas around the lake, the UKT staff joined the action by planting 500 trees. We hope that this initiative will be joined by as many institutions and private companies as possible, as well as individuals, said Reddy Mola. That's all for our English edition this evening. My name is Alexandra. Please join me again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. On behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.